Yes, hello and welcome to this week's exciting episode of Super Spirit Live, and what a card we have for you folks. Kicking things off tonight, we have a championship bout in the junior division. Current Shadow Band champion Archie Everett defending the belt against number one contender, the Midnight Rider, Cameron Reese. Can Cameron Reese defeat Archie Everett to reclaim his gold and become the very first two-time Shadow Band champion? We will find out shortly as we go to the ring for that contest. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening.
Making his way to the ring, he is the challenger, the Midnight Rider, Cameron Reese.
Cameron Reese had, up until Archie Everett's reign, been the most dominant Shadow Band champion. Let's see if he can reclaim that gold against the man that took it from him.
And his opponent, he is the Shadow Band champion, Archie Everett.
Perhaps the most pure submission-based wrestler we have in all of Super Spirit Wrestling, Archie Everett, abusing the ligaments and tendons of his opponents until they are no longer able to continue. We'll see if he uses that strategy tonight to hang on to the Shadow Band title. Knife edge chop to start things off for Archie Everett. Irish whip. Looking for a maneuver there, well scouted by Cameron Reese. Side headlock takedown now by the champion. Clubbing forearm across the back. Cameron Reese looking for some early control. Well-placed drop kick off of a missed uppercut opportunity from Archie Everett. Snapmare takedown. Both competitors sizing one another up. Certainly both men viable enough to be champion. This is Cameron Reese using his rematch clause. Excuse me, actually Cameron Reese had already used his rematch clause, and he now has battled back all the way through the junior division ranks for another number one contender opportunity. Will it pay off for the Midnight Rider? Tremendous slam following that punch from Reese, looking for an early pin here in Archie Everett. Setting the tone for the rest of the match. Dragon screw takedown now after that early kick out. Another big slam from Cameron Reese, trying for submission offense here against the Super Spirit Wrestling submission specialist. Maybe not the wisest route to take, but we'll see how the game plan takes shape here for Cameron Reese. Tremendous European uppercut, but Cameron Reese standing tall, firing right back at Archie Everett. Tremendous blows on either side there. Everett coming out on top. Diving elbow drop right on the money for the champion. Looking for a handshake there. Cameron Reese having none of it, and now the official down. An unfortunate collision. Spinning drop toe hold for Archie Everett. Going for an armbar here, but there's no referee to check for a submission. Interesting predicament for sure. It looks like Burt Wiggins is back to his feet. Hopefully no major damage incurred there. Signaling for a break now is Wiggins. Irish whip from Reese. Wiggins narrowly avoiding another collision there. Standing switch from Everett. And a back elbow counter from Reese. Well scouted by both athletes here. Tremendous kick from the running offense off Reese. Archie Everett taking a moment to reassess. Another Irish whip and another well-placed drop kick for the challenger. Everett, though, first to his feet. Showing signs of excellent conditioning. He'll try for a pin here. Not even a one count. I'm expecting this match to go into deep waters, folks, as this is a championship bout. Arm control again here for Cameron Reese, although it is short-lived. Striking combination from Archie Everett. Another big forearm sends the champion down to the mat. Cameron Reese repositioning. Drop kick off target this time. He'll try for a pin, center of the ring. Earning a one count, and that's as far as we've gone in this championship contest. Trying for a pin again, earning another 1 count, but Archie Everett very fast on those kickouts. Russian leg sweep. Combination submission hold there from Archie Everett. Cameron Reese very quickly escaping, though, could be a good sign for the Midnight Rider. Irish whip. Big drop kick again from Cameron Reese, going with what he knows. And you see a desperation kick there from Archie Everett to the crown of the head. In our main event tonight, folks, we have another title match. Chie Hamasaki using her rematch clause against now champion Ryoko Matsui. I'm expecting that to be a high-impact championship affair, and you won't want to miss it. Leg control now for the Midnight Rider, inflicting some pain to the champion. Archie Everett now getting creative, rolling through for another creative submission maneuver. This is the kind of thing we're used to seeing out of Archie Everett. Another rope break, though, signaled from Burt Wiggins, and another well-placed drop kick from Cameron Reese. Drop kick definitely not enough to get it done here in a championship situation, but Cameron Reese making Archie Everett work to stay in this contest. Cameron Reese certainly one of our more well-rounded athletes. There's many ways that he could earn a victory here tonight against Archie Everett. Everett, though, the very clear game plan. It's just hard to oppose Everett when he decides to exert his will in submission situations. But Cameron Reese looking like the submission practitioner in this match, continually targeting that leg of the champion. Headlock takedown now for Archie Everett, trying to fire back. Trying for a pin again is Everett. Not even a 1 count against the challenger. Irish whip. Puts the brakes on this time, not wanting to eat another drop kick, and instead a big lariat from Cameron Reese. He'll try for a pin here, center of the ring. 2. And a 2 count, now the deepest we've gone in this championship contest. Cameron Reese in control of that leg again, and what a dominant victory it would be for Cameron Reese to submit Archie Everett. Corner control now for the Midnight Rider, perhaps looking for a high-risk opportunity. But it's Everett rolling through for a powerbomb, pinning attempt. That sunset flip counter off the top rope. Beautiful stuff from Archie Everett, now executing a stretch here against Cameron Reese. Reese can't allow it to discourage him, though, as he's had a very, very successful outing thus far. Tremendous lariat right on target for the challenger. And a pinning predicament now. Burt Wiggins in position, too. Archie Everett able to get the shoulders up. Spinning drop toe hold, good stuff. Out of one of the most practiced technicians in Super Spirit Wrestling. Archie Everett firing right back from the apron with a tremendous forearm, and now an uppercut landing. Big DDT out of Cameron Reese. Going back to the arm again. Cameron Reese sort of systematically breaking down every one of Archie Everett's limbs over the course of this contest. Could be more and more difficult for Archie Everett to cinch in submission maneuvers of his own, and now we see the wrist control. We see the suplex rolling through. The City Lights combination. This could be all. 2. No. Archie Everett has sustained so much damage throughout this contest, but is able to kick out of the City Lights combination, and that's what it means to be a champion. Running bulldog now from perhaps a frustrated Cameron Reese, who certainly thought that would have spelled the end of this matchup. Reese now scouting Everett from the top rope. Moonsault colliding with a standing Archie Everett. The athleticism of the Midnight Rider, and now a beautiful neck breaker. Cameron Reese really rolling late in this matchup. You see Archie Everett showing signs of fatigue. Mixing his opponent up, looking for a pin here. Just a 1 count. Cameron Reese still so much left in the tank. And these two junior division competitors representing the absolute best of what we have to offer here in Super Spirit Wrestling, teeing off on one another. Cameron Reese getting fired up, and what a kick from the Midnight Rider. Archie Everett down on the mat, now to his feet, looking for an uppercut, off target, headlock control, spinning drop toe hold. Archie Everett working the shoulders and neck there of Cameron Reese to great effect, but Cameron Reese able to create separation. A counter there from Reese out of the headlock situation. A beautiful backdrop, and what a lariat from the challenger. Really rolling here, perhaps toward his second ever title reign. Both men looking for strikes are off target. Spinning drop toe hold again for Archie Everett, keeping the challenger grounded. Irish whip, though, now from Reese. Tremendous kitchen sink right on the money, and Reese showing that he's got a lot left in the tank, taunting Archie Everett. Backdrop again from the Midnight Rider. Repositioning Everett. You got to think that another City Lights combination could earn the title back for Cameron Reese. One strike, putting Archie Everett down. Cameron Reese taunting the champion. Neck breaker again. All of these backdrops, all of these neck breakers, you got to believe Cameron Reese is setting things up for another City Lights combination. Schoolboy. Rope break signaled by Burt Wiggins. A lapse in judgment definitely for the challenger who had such momentum going into that rope break. Everett again in control, but you see the legs of Cameron Reese clearly under the ropes there. Running Bulldog. Both of these junior division competitors giving it everything they've got to sit at the top of the mountain. Complete shot for Reese. Scouting from the outside. What a drop kick, springboard drop kick from the challenger. Expertly placed to the back of the champion, and now the inverted figure four, and that's it! Cameron Reese submitting the submission specialist with the inverted figure four, and he is your first two-time Shadow Band champion. Congratulations to Cameron Reese. An unfortunate loss for current champion or then champion Archie Everett. Everett, I'm sure, will look to use his rematch clause, as that is the very first time he's had the belt lifted from him. But Cameron Reese putting on an absolute show here against Archie Everett to start things off, and we have a new champion, folks. Well, rolling off of that, we're going to go into a match in the women's division between Randy Crawford and Piper Valentine. Randy Crawford is an athlete that many people thought would have had way more success since her debut in Super Spirit Wrestling, given her illustrious history, but that has just not been the case. We'll see if she can get it done here tonight against Piper Valentine, an athlete who has proven to be more than worthy of being in the Super Spirit Wrestling ranks.
Making her way to the ring, Randy Crawford.
Randy Crawford signaling to the fans at home. And indeed, I'm sure the Randy Crawford fans at home are eager to see a victory. Crawford has struggled, to say the least, since her debut in Super Spirit Wrestling. Can she turn that around here tonight?
And her opponent, Piper Valentine.
Piper Valentine, I guess letting our production crew draw her ire tonight, giving some insensitive signals their way as she makes her way to the ring for women's singles competition against Randy Crawford, an athlete who Piper Valentine really should have a ton of respect for, but over the last few weeks has indicated in interviews that she never thought Randy Crawford really was all she was cracked up to be. A preposterous statement, if you ask me, when given the illustrious history of Randy Crawford's career. Now in control in the corner, looking for running offense, Piper Valentine not having any of that. Hip attack right on the money for the in-ring veteran, now dropping the knees across Piper Valentine. Irish whip now for Valentine. Sling blade early for Piper Valentine. Looking for that Northern Light suplex there, but Randy Crawford had it well scouted, transitioning into a DDT instead. Piper Valentine loves that Northern Light suplex, and she usually transitions it into a cross arm breaker. Now a bow and arrow hold being applied by Randy Crawford. Impactful elbow there from Piper Valentine, driving into the back of Randy Crawford's head. Big kick there from Crawford. Valentine answering with a kick of her own. Randy Crawford fighting with some renewed vigor here in this matchup. Big European uppercut connecting for Crawford. Official Kim Cadillo checking for the submission there. What a headbutt there by Piper Valentine. Trying to take control. Beautiful release German suplex from Crawford. Both women to their feet simultaneously, and a stiff uppercut from Piper Valentine. Irish whip, cross chop connecting for Valentine. Traps the head there. Double wrist lock in effect as well. Both women exchanging huge forearms near the corner. Piper Valentine trying to gain some inches on Randy Crawford unsuccessfully. Randy Crawford in control for the moment. Modified figure four now in place. We just saw an inverted figure four do the trick against Archie Everett, earning a second title reign for Cameron Reese. Beautiful maneuver there from Piper Valentine into the shooting star press. Fisherman suplex, earning a 2 count. Randy Crawford looking really good thus far in this matchup. Chin lock now being applied. Kim Cadillo in position. Piper Valentine, though, not the type of athlete to quit, and this match will continue. Corner control now for Valentine, who is off target. Randy Crawford had it scouted, trying running offense of her own. Hip attack on the money in the corner. Chin lock again. Perhaps a little bit of the old Randy Crawford now coming back to life, as she has inflicted a lot of offense throughout this contest.
3.
Randy Crawford not giving chase on the outside. Northern Light suplex.
1, 2.
Earning a 2 count for Piper Valentine. Kicking combination ending in the jumping soul butt kick from Piper. Jump up Rana. And that kicking combination again right on the money for Piper Valentine. Crawford now looking to rally with corner control. Crawford may be going for high risk here. Looking for a second rope suplex, but instead it's Piper Valentine coming off that second rope with a huge power slam. Now in control of Randy Crawford's leg. What a sequence from Valentine. Irish whip reversal. Valentine ending with a headbutt there. Off of that Irish whip momentum. Sling blade again. Northern Light suplex into the cross arm breaker. Could we see a submission here from Randy Crawford? No. Randy Crawford having the tenacity to continue. High impact maneuver there delivered to Valentine. She'll try for a pin. 2. Just a 2 count. It's a long time to have that headlock be in effect, but Randy Crawford still in this one. Well-placed drop kick now across the body of Piper Valentine, who rallies with a kick of her own. Valentine not looking to be outdone here. Northern Light suplex again, but the toe of Randy Crawford able to get to the ropes. Fisherman suplex, similar situation.
10 minutes gone.
Tree of woe position here for Piper Valentine, attacking the legs of Randy Crawford. Big European uppercut. Crawford trying to fire out of that corner. In control here. Surfboard stretch. Northern Light suplex.
2.
And that's it. Piper Valentine bridging that Northern Light suplex that she's so fond of, able to pick up the win here over Randy Crawford, who increasingly looks more and more impressive as the weeks go on, but she's just not able to close out in these matchups with the younger, perhaps more athletic at this point, competitors. You got to feel for Randy Crawford in that situation, trying her best to climb the ranks, but just getting shut down every time. And for now, Piper Valentine, and congratulations to her on another well-earned victory in the women's division. Folks, we're now moving on to a match in the heavyweight division between newcomer Myron Wagner and the eternal Jeffrey Hudson. Myron Wagner is undefeated thus far in all of his Super Spirit Wrestling appearances. We'll see if Jeffrey Hudson is able to take on the undefeated streak here tonight.
Making his way to the ring, Myron Wagner.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wagner time as Myron Wagner makes his way to the ring to do battle with Jeffrey Hudson. A tall order Jeffrey Hudson has in front of him here tonight. But he's got many fans at home that believe in his success, and I also think he can get it done against Myron Wagner.
And his opponent, the eternal Jeffrey Hudson.
Jeffrey Hudson, one of the most cerebral and intelligent wrestlers we have in all of Super Spirit Wrestling. But we'll see if his strategy is able to keep up with the brute force of Myron Wagner. Lenny Spencer on officiating duties for this heavyweight bout. Jeffrey Hudson trying for some early corner control here, but Myron Wagner powering right out with a huge slam. Side headlock now. Jeffrey Hudson able to create separation off target with the lariat. Hudson now trapping the knees. Double knee crusher, well executed by Hudson, has the strength clearly to lift the big man up, now going to the ropes. Tremendous backbreaker from Myron Wagner looking for a pin here. Jeffrey Hudson not even willing to give a two. Irish whip from Wagner. Tremendous maneuver there, carrying through all of Jeffrey Hudson's momentum for a facebuster. Jeffrey Hudson looking for corner control again, but Wagner just not having it, battling his way out with another backbreaker. Big forearm there from Hudson. Soulbutt kick is blocked by Myron Wagner. Dragon screw takedown is not. Jeffrey Hudson in control for the moment, and then a big arm drag takedown from Myron Wagner. Irish whip. Jeffrey Hudson running right over Wagner with that knee. Big blow to the chest of Jeffrey Hudson, but still left standing. Wagner now in control. Gourd buster. Right on the money for Wagner. Repositioning now. Irish whip reversal. Jeffrey Hudson again just running right over Myron Wagner. Setting up the knees again. Double knee crusher. Jeffrey Hudson really rolling now here against Myron Wagner. Figure four. Jeffrey Hudson sent to the outside. That brainbuster dumping him across the apron, and Myron Wagner giving chase. Big headbutt on the outside.
5, 6,
Rake to the eyes. Jeffrey Hudson now getting a little nasty as well. And a big DDT from Wagner. What a DDT.
11,
And then a low blow on the outside. Myron Wagner pleased with himself.
14,
Count of 14 now. Jeffrey Hudson in at the count of 15. And we now know what kind of competitor Myron Wagner really is. Such an impressive athlete, he doesn't need to resort to those kind of tactics to earn victories. Jeffrey Hudson with a poke to the eyes, getting a little nasty himself in retaliation, dropping into a figure four. Wagner could have been looking for his patented powerbomb Wagner time there, but instead, Jeffrey Hudson in control. Figure four again. Wagner coming back in control now with a knee, and Hudson firing back with a low blow of his own here. Jeffrey Hudson rising to Myron Wagner's behavior to perhaps even the matchup out. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Gourd Buster again from Wagner. And Myron Wagner now laughing as Jeffrey Hudson lays across the mat. Irish whip from Wagner. Spinebuster sits out with it. 1, 2. Jeffrey Hudson able to continue. Gets the shoulder up here. Big lariat turning the eternal Jeffrey Hudson inside out. Looking for an underhook suplex, but Hudson rallying with a back body drop. Spinebuster from Hudson. Knees across the face. Hudson trying to rally here late. Dragon screw takedown. Hudson using his speed advantage over Myron Wagner. Wagner with the Irish whip. Big lariat. Looking for a pin now. Nearly took his head off. Near fall for Myron Wagner. I thought that lariat could have sincerely been the end of this contest. Collision working out in favor of Wagner, and he laughs once more. Tremendous lariat again for Wagner. Having his way with Hudson late in this contest, and now he's got him up. Wagner time. 1, 2. It's over. Wagner time, delivering the 3rd straight victory for Myron Wagner since his debut. And Myron Wagner adding insult to injury there. Trying to go for another cover, but Jeffrey Hudson able to brush off the taunt there. An impressive victory for Myron Wagner, still undefeated in the heavyweight division. Jeffrey Hudson will have to go back to the drawing board in order to deal with competitors like Myron Wagner. Folks, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have a match in the women's division between Beverly Brooks and Crimson Bat. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back and we are ready for women's division action between former Destiny Band champion Beverly Brooks and Crimson Bat. These two have not locked up in the ring in quite some time, so we'll see how the adjustments of both wrestlers make their way into this contest.
Making her way to the ring, Beverly Brooks.
A former champion is Beverly Brooks, once at the very top of the women's division. She has taken quite a tumble since a rib injury following her set of matches with Ryoko Matsui. She has struggled to recover since that time. Can she pick up a victory here tonight against Crimson Bat?
And her opponent, Crimson Bat.
Certainly a wrestler that's hovering around the lower mid-ranks of the women's division, but the victories that she's had certainly have been very impressive. Crimson Bat, a definite threat in the ring. Senior official Norio Nakatomi on duty for this one. Early Russian leg sweep for Crimson Bat, taking Beverly Brooks off guard there, perhaps. Big elbow delivered to the back, and then a senton. Beverly Brooks using all that weight to come down across the much smaller Crimson Bat. Chin lock now in effect, but it will not happen for long as Beverly Brooks using her strength to create separation. Diving body splash, just earning a 1 count there. Soul butt kick from Crimson Bat, and if Crimson Bat looks to pick up a victory here, it will be doing so with her speed and agility, kind of like we're seeing right now. Tremendous, I guess, sort of a rib breaker there from Beverly Brooks. Brooks knows all about injuries to the midsection following her matches with Ryoko Matsui, sustaining 9 Galaxy Slams in 1 match. Brooks was bandaged up for months following that set of matches. Seemingly back to full health, although she has struggled to reobtain her former glory. Big lariat there, though, now for Brooks, looking for more running offense. Knees across the body of Crimson Bat. Big lariat now from Brooks. Looking for another one there. Crimson Bat able to avoid. Huracan Rana from Crimson Bat. Well executed, but Beverly Brooks unfazed, firing right back. Big DDT from Crimson Bat, but Brooks first to her feet. Could we be seeing the clear difference between champion potential and the lower rankings? Football tackle simultaneously avoids the kick, but Crimson Bat recovering in enough time to block herself. Kicks to the midsection. Definitely the route to go against Brooks, and now this high-angle Boston Crab being applied by Crimson Bat. Drives her all the way to the mat with this headlock. Crimson Bat perhaps setting things up for the hanging perch. Brooks now looking winded as we go later into this contest. Does not bode well for the former champion. Big pile driver there, though, for Brooks, continuing her momentum. Irish whip. Big spear from Beverly Brooks. Could we be seeing it again? No, this time just a collision. As Brooks' exhaustion starting to play a role in her speed. Packages after the power slam. Near fall for Beverly Brooks. About as near as it gets. 2 count for Crimson Bat. Not quite as near. Bat still in control now, kicking to the floor, but Beverly Brooks with a rallying kick of her own. Tremendous punch from Beverly Brooks, sitting out for a pin here. And that's it. Beverly Brooks, something about that punch, and Brooks seems a little shocked herself. Beverly Brooks unaware of her own strength perhaps, but Crimson Bat unable to continue, and that spells victory for Beverly Brooks. What a match there in our women's division. Congrats to Brooks on another great win. Folks, we're going to roll right into women's tag action between Troubletown and TKF. Now, Troubletown were undefeated for such a long time in the women's tag division, and indeed they were champions. That undefeated streak was halted by current champions Diamond Deluxe. And rather than use a rematch clause, Troubletown has elected to battle all the way back up the rankings to meet the champions again, and buddy, they are close.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Priscilla Frost and Laura Nunez, Troubletown.
They've been without the gold for weeks, but they are definitely within reach. You know Diamond Deluxe has got to be behind the scenes thinking about that eventual rematch.
And their opponents, the team of Linda Kruger and Jacqueline Frazier, TKF.
Team Kruger-Frazier now making their way to the ring. What an impressive victory this would be for them if they could halt the momentum of Troubletown. Both women looking for strikes there. It is Priscilla Frost with first blood. And now an arm drag takedown for Frost as well. Beautiful counter. Linda Kruger looking to make up some ground with a forearm, and then a big European uppercut, a set of European uppercuts, in fact, sending Frost down to the mat. Leg feet enziguri well placed by Kruger. Counter offense there into the roll-up. Linda Kruger looking to mix up her offense here against Frost. Frost executing a spinning drop toe hold before making a tag. Nora Nunez, now the legal woman for Troubletown. Big shote to the back of the head. Submission maneuver here from Nora Nunez. We'll see many of those throughout this contest, leading toward her favorite, which she calls Deep Trouble. Linda Kruger making a tag to Jacqueline Frazier. Inside cradle, not even a 1 count. Jump up Rana, beautiful stuff from Jacqueline Frazier, keeping the positional advantage here against Nora Nunez. Basement kick right across the face, but it's Nunez first to her feet. And then a takedown. Side slam there. Rolls through for extra momentum, and then a leg drop off target. Nora Nunez first to her feet. Linda Kruger perhaps calling for a tag. Dragon screw takedown for Nunez. Leg control for Jacqueline Frazier. Nora Nunez inching to the ropes. Priscilla Frost now looking to get involved as well. Jacqueline Frazier showing a lot of tenacity, fighting off both members of Troubletown. Irish whip. TKF looking for some tag team offense here. Powerbomb avalanche suplex combination, but Nora Nunez rolling right through, able to take that hit and go the distance for a tag. A huge testament to the resilience of Nora Nunez. Priscilla Frost now trying to pick the bones of Linda Kruger. Delayed drop toe hold for extra impact from Kruger. Priscilla Frost with those trademark knife edge chops, trying to gain some ground here against a very defiant Kruger. And it is the uppercuts of Linda Kruger sending Priscilla Frost to the mat. TKF looking very strong thus far in this contest. Thumb to the eyes from Priscilla Frost, and now Linda Kruger suddenly finds herself in a bad situation. European uppercut is a good way to start. She's looking to make a tag here perhaps, and she does. Uranage, big slam there from Linda Kruger, setting things up for her partner. Rolling elbow right on the money. Irish whip. Jacqueline Frazier so fast off the ropes, and that high angle kick connecting right on target. Another big kick there from Jacqueline Frazier, and a poke to the eyes from Frost. Using that momentary lapse from Frazier to take advantage. Snap suplex leading to a tag. Big slam there, belly-to-belly release off the Irish whip from Frost. Cross arm breaker now, doing wonders for her partner Nora Nunez, who is now the legal competitor. Nora Nunez dropping Frazier to the mat with that tremendous forearm. Now going to the ropes. Lariat is scouted. Fall away slam. Working Nunez back to favorable position. Maybe not the best strategy for Jacqueline Frazier. It has been all TKF though in the past few minutes. Could we be seeing a huge upset in the women's tag division? Nora Nunez looking for that big kick. It was off target, but then she just sort of systematically broke down the defense there of Linda Kruger with that barrage of fists. Kruger now firing back, looking for a pin here right in front of Frost. Indeed, an ill-advised decision. Stretch plum now in full effect for Nora Nunez. Linda Kruger in big trouble, able to roll through. More leg control for Nunez. Linda Kruger calling out, and Jacqueline Frazier able to run interference. Baseball slide across the face of Nunez, and Priscilla Frost giving Nunez a moment of respite, fighting off both members of TKF. Can Linda Kruger get it done here? I wouldn't showboat this late in this contest, but a lariat is right on the money for Kruger. That one is not, creating an opportunity for a tag. No rope break in sight for Linda Kruger, as Nora Nunez isn't even the legal competitor. Just having to take the damage there from that leg lock. Knife edge chop. Linda Kruger now looking for a tag. Jacqueline Frazier back in for TKF. Counter offense there from Frost, but Jacqueline Frazier having none of it. And another big kick sends Frost down to the mat. Irish whip. Knife edge chop. Cross arm breaker. Keeping her body between Frazier and the ropes. Smart strategy from Frost. Big counter maneuver there, though, from Jacqueline Frazier. Can she rally? Pinning attempt. Near fall there, and a huge kick placed by Nora Nunez, rattling the bones, no doubt, of Jacqueline Frazier. Frazier now to the ropes, shaking it off. Baseball slide. She has been so impressive throughout this contest. But can they close it out? Nora Nunez looking to get involved. No! Dive to the outside. Tope suicida.
6, 7, 8,
And this is breaking down on the outside here.
11, 12,
Dragon screw takedown.
13, 14,
Nora Nunez applying submission offense. All competitors now back in the ring, the legal ones at least. Jacqueline Frazier taking it right back to Priscilla Frost. Suplex again. Frazier makes a tag to Kruger, as does Frost to Nunez. Fall away slam. Linda Kruger maybe a moment of confusion looking for a pin against the non-legal competitor. Nora Nunez now taking control of that lapse with a high angle backdrop. Senton off the top rope. Going to it again, perhaps. Knees this time across the body. A devastating series from Nora Nunez. Double wrist lock, traps the head as well. This could be it. This could be bad for Linda Kruger. You see her leg trying to get to the ropes. But Linda Kruger able to create separation and is still in this matchup. Big lariat from Nunez. And again, another tremendous lariat. Striking combination. Nunez just having her way with Linda Kruger. Tag made to Priscilla Frost. Kruger trying to create separation with an Irish whip. Clothesline off target. European uppercut connects, but she's trying to gain inches here against Priscilla Frost. Big headbutt from Kruger. High angle kick. TKF has looked so impressive throughout this contest, but can they hang on for a victory? Troubletown is used to these long matchups. TKF, I'm not so sure. Oh no, a miscommunication there for sure. Diving body splash though. 2. And Nora Nunez just barely getting there. 2. Things almost still working out for TKF despite the miscommunication. Belly to belly release suplex from Priscilla Frost, now taunting Jacqueline Frazier. TKF could be fading as we go deeper and deeper into this contest. Big driver there from Jacqueline Frazier, but it was right in front of Priscilla Frost. There was no advantage to be had in that situation. Couple of punches right across the face sends Frazier to the mat. But it's Frazier trying to battle back now with some forearms of her own. Big rolling chop, but Frazier with a rolling forearm. Tremendous stuff we're seeing out of these two teams. Big maneuver again from Jacqueline Frazier, trying to go the distance to make a tag, and she does. Nora Nunez still out on her feet. Could have probably stood to make a tag herself. Big driver again. If Linda Kruger can just work back to a favorable position, and that's it! That's it! Linda Kruger! Linda Kruger with the In Your Dreams, submitting Nora Nunez, and what a huge victory that is for TKF, halting the momentum of Troubletown, who opted to not use their rematch clause. What does that mean now for Troubletown? Are they just in limbo? Does TKF have a rightful claim to the championship? We just don't know, folks. It's something we'll have to figure out in the coming weeks, but this has for sure sent a shockwave through the rest of the women's tag division. I can't wait to see what results from this matchup here tonight. Congratulations to TKF and Linda Kruger especially, executing the In Your Dreams on Nora Nunez and picking up a victory for her team. Folks, we're going to now move on to an exciting matchup in the heavyweight division between the Earth Splitter, Von Roth, and Fear. Probably two of the most formidable heavyweights that we have in all of Super Spirit Wrestling. They clash here tonight in front of your very eyes. This should be a hard-hitting affair, and we'll be going to the ring shortly for it. In the meantime, folks, thank you so much for joining us here tonight at Super Spirit Live.
Making his way to the ring, he is the Earth Splitter, Von Roth.
Hard-hitting barely even says it when talking about Von Roth. High-impact athlete, former football star. He is called the Earth Splitter for good reason, and if he hits the Backquaker, it could mean the end for Fear.
And his opponent, Fear.
A low hush falls over the arena, already more quiet than usual, but almost a deafening silence as Fear makes his way to the ring to do battle against the Earth Splitter, Von Roth. Kim Carrillo with a tall order here as she is on officiating duties for what could be the most gruesome contest we've seen in a while. Wow, tremendous brainbuster from Fear, sending Von Roth to the outside early. What a brainbuster. I haven't seen a brainbuster that high impact, I don't think, in Super Spirit Wrestling. Big kick. And Fear now just choking the life out of Von Roth. Roth certainly not used to being handled in this way. Trying to take control. Some stomps across the back there of Fear. Side slam. Tremendous neck breaker there from Fear, now in control of the leg.
Give up.
A rake to the eyes there. Basement drop kick, taking the legs out from underneath Von Roth. I've mentioned this in the past, but despite how rough and intimidating Fear is, spinning through, jumping tombstone there from Fear. Despite how rough he is in the ring, he also has an incredible amount of mat sense. Very aware of the rules, very aware of what he can get away with. And he will use any tactic necessary to earn a victory. Gourd buster there for the Earth Splitter. And a low blow from Fear. You see the sort of tactics I just mentioned. He will not shy away from nefarious strategies to take victories. And Von Roth now angered. Punches to the face of Fear, who's able to create separation. Ow, that brainbuster again. Looking for a pin here. Near fall for Fear. Those brainbusters doing a lot of damage to Von Roth, and I don't think I've seen Von Roth handled in quite this way. Von Roth delivering a brainbuster of his own, sending Fear to the outside, but it's Fear first to his feet. Who is this guy? Jumping pile driver, what a maneuver from Von Roth, and he got all of it. Again, going to the face of Fear. No love lost between these two competitors. He's got him up. Fear itself. Fear itself. 2. Fear making quick work of Von Roth. Probably the quickest we've ever seen Von Roth defeated in Super Spirit Wrestling. And my goodness, Fear sending a shockwave through the rest of the locker room, no doubt, taking out one of the absolute toughest men we have in all of Super Spirit Wrestling in about, 5 minutes, 6 minutes? Fear with an impressive victory here tonight over the Earth Splitter Von Roth. Well, folks, we're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, it will be our main event, the rematch. Chie Hamasaki using her rematch clause, trying to take her Destiny Band title back from current champion Ryoko Matsui. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back and ready for our main event, a title match, the Destiny Band on the line between Chie Hamasaki and Ryoko Matsui, the challenger. Hamasaki trying to reobtain her gold using her rematch clause here tonight against Ryoko Matsui, our one and only 3-time Destiny Band champion. Let's see how it all goes down here in the main event of Super Spirit Live.
Making her way to the ring, she is the challenger, Chie Hamasaki.
Chie Hamasaki has it in her to be one of the most dominant champions we'll likely ever see in Super Spirit Wrestling. But first, she has to make successful use of her rematch clause against who has just been an unstoppable Ryoko Matsui.
Making her way to the ring, she is the Destiny Band champion, the guiding light, Ryoko Matsui.
Defending her belt to an empty arena tonight, not the typical environment that Ryoko Matsui would prefer, but it is what she has been forced into given the global situation. Can she hang on to her belt against the woman that took it from her, Chie Hamasaki? Tremendous slap there from Ryoko Matsui off the Irish whip, making a case to retain her title early here against Hamasaki. Tremendous slam there, Ryoko Matsui. Not pulling any punches or wasting any time, testing the conditioning here of Chie Hamasaki. Early pinfall attempt, earning a 1 count following the lariat. Corner control now from Matsui, just really taking it to Hamasaki early on here. A flurry of offense, now looking for high risk, but it's Hamasaki with a counter body splash off the top rope. Matsui perhaps a little too greedy in her approach. And now it's Hamasaki sent into senior official Norio Nakatomi. Nakatomi down. Ryoko Matsui putting the brakes on the Irish whip. What a hard-hitting and fast affair we're seeing. Counter powerbomb. Ryoko Matsui immediately getting the shoulders up, although there was no need as Nakatomi was down. Chinlock now in effect. We have an official again. Matsui so much faster than Hamasaki off those ropes, and now Hamasaki trying for a clothesline. It's scouted. Big spine buster, though. This time the Rana working out for Ryoko Matsui. No counter powerbomb. Hamasaki needs to slow down this pace. and apply the type of high-impact offense we're used to seeing if she wants to pick up this title over Ryoko Matsui. Big DDT. And those are the kind of moves I mean. Earning a 2 count here. Both of these women sitting at the number 1 and 2 positions in the women's rankings. Showing why that is. Ryoko Matsui with leg control here, keeping her body between Hamasaki and the ropes. Standing switch from Hamasaki, bridges on the German. The arms of the champion clearly under the ropes. Modified figure 4 being applied by Hamasaki. Ryoko Matsui not able to get to the ropes. The larger frame of Hamasaki proving difficult for Matsui to inch toward the ropes in those submission scenarios. Hamasaki now lifting up the champion. Drives her down to the mat. 2. Near fall for Chie Hamasaki. Almost becoming champion again. Running bulldog, though, now from current champion Ryoko Matsui. And now Matsui, a frustrated Matsui. Both fists colliding with the face. Hamasaki able to emerge from that situation. Big stomp off the top rope from Chie Hamasaki. Could we be seeing it again? Yes. A devastating sequence from Chie Hamasaki, and what a lariat to boot there. Ryoko Matsui trying to gain an advantage, but just unable to do so. A huge punch from Hamasaki sending the champion to the mat. Another big powerbomb, this time in the ropes. Norio Nakatomi signaling for the break. Corner control for the champion. What can she get done here? Hamasaki battling out with a tremendous kick. Stomps again. Ryoko Matsui sustaining all this offense from Chie Hamasaki. Dragon Sleeper. Can she hang on? Yes. Able to create separation is Ryoko Matsui, now going to the ropes. Collision in favor of the challenger. Stomps again. Those stomps paying dividends throughout this contest, and again from the top rope. Big stomps from Chie Hamasaki. Standing switch. High angle backdrop from the champion. Rattling the body of the challenger to be sure. Hamasaki trying to take a moment to gain a positional advantage. You see fatigue starting to play a heavy role. Rana again in the corner. Break signaled by Norio Nakatomi. Stomps this time across the back, and Hamasaki unrelenting in her approach from the top rope. What a maneuver there from Ryoko Matsui, looking for a pin here, just a 1 count. Standing switch from Hamasaki, bridges for the German. 2. It's over. Chie Hamasaki out of nowhere with a vicious bridge German suplex, picking one up over the champion, and she is now a 2-time Destiny Band champion. Ryoko Matsui will have to earn that belt back, no doubt, in the future, making use of a rematch clause of her own. But Chie Hamasaki, for tonight and moving forward, is your Destiny Band champion. What matches we are seeing between Hamasaki and Matsui, and we will no doubt see a third and final match between these two hard-hitting competitors for that much-desired Destiny Band. What a night we've had, folks, here at Super Spirit Live. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see how things shake out in the coming weeks, but I can for sure tell you that next week, our main event is going to be an absolute can't-miss event. It is going to be a triple threat for the Spirit Band. Great Heart taking on former champion Hideo Kuba, and both of them also in the ring with current champion Douglas Daniels. Hideo Kuba had a match with Great Heart with a rematch clause in the pocket, but Great Heart was able to pick up the victory that night, shaking things up entirely for the heavyweight division. And now the decision has been made that Great Heart will be inserted into that title equation. I can't wait to see how that all plays out next week at Super Spirit Live. Until then, folks, for everyone here at Twitch.tv and Super Spirit Wrestling, I'm Shirt Donovan. Have a good night.